forged in the crucible of the cosmos, in a realm where might, magic, and high adventure reign supreme. Let me tell you the tale of a rider who is being hunted down. Her cargo is the key to her freedom and damnation. She blazes a trail across the forest and lands that shows the news of pursuers in the crystal labyrinth as the dragon pass. The ripple effect of this moment cascades into a chain of events that will echo throughout the lives of all in the realm, especially H-Boy, Ito.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Creative Native Interviews. I'm Ryan Cardinal, the Ryan Cardinal, aka the Creative Native, and today I bring to you a special guest from parts unknown, because I didn't ask him yet. I bring on to you Mr. Hex Allen.
Hey, it's me again. Well, for the first time.
Yeah. How's it going, man?
All right. Good to see you. Good to finally talk to you.
Yeah. I was on your channel the other night in the chat and saw that was popping off. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I had a blast.
Yeah, man. It looked like you're having a good time.
Yeah, it was kind of my first official stream show. Yeah, I streamed before, but this one's under an official title.
Yeah, it looked good, man. It looked really good.
Thanks. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, audio is doubling? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really good.
I don't know about now, but you're not doubling, but the video was.
Oh, weird.
When I was playing. For me, on my side.
That's strange. Actually, I think I've been noticing that when I start going live. I've noticed that there's been a kind of like a hiccup in StreamYards when I start.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Bummer.
It's not perfect. Yeah.
Well, we'll get that dialed in the future.
Yeah. It's no big deal.
Oh yeah. So man. Speaking of content, give me a little bit of a backstory about yourself. What's your history, your origin story? Parts unknown.
Well, I was born a wealthy white child. No. I'm from Los Angeles, LA.
Okay,
cool. Been here for most of my life. I've been interested in comics since around the age of 13.
Okay.
And,
kind of got the similar path of all of us here.
Yeah. But before that, I was, really into Star Wars and your G.I. Joe and all that stuff. And, my entry into comics was, through TV, like the Super Friends and the old Batman show.
Okay.
From the 60s. And as far as like my artistic origin, it started in second grade when I used to draw Hoth battle scenes after seeing that Empire Strikes Back, and
that got in your mind and wouldn't leave. Huh?
Oh yeah, me and a buddy of mine would forego our recess time and stay in and see try to outdo each other in drawing the best Hoth battle scenes. So and that seems to be going on every day. But when you're a kid, it seemed like that was like years, but it was probably a matter of a couple of months. Yeah, who knows, really. But then after that, I went to started learning formally, taking drawing classes in high school, and then got the comic book fever in the and anime and manga fever kind of all at once, you know.
Oh, nice. So you're lucky that way. It was a long time before I found out anything about Japanese like comic books, anime. I was very, very late to that scene, and as you well know, when it hits, it blows your mind, and you're like, "What is this?"
Yeah, I guess the first exposure to anime for me was Speed Racer.
Oh, nice.
Which is for most guys in my demographic in the late 40s, but to me that was just like bright lights and pretty colors, and but the show that really had an impact on me was a few years later. I guess when I was about 7 years old when I first saw Space Battleship Yamato and Star Blazers, and that was very impactful because it was an ongoing story with real human characters and who would die and fight each other and you felt for the characters, and so even at that young age I was affected by that. And then later on I'd watched Battle of the Planets, but that wasn't really that impactful for me because it was kind of, I don't know, I guess in the English version that I was watching in the States, it was kind of goofy.
It got chopped up a little bit.
Yeah. So I really didn't relate to that. And then when Robotech came out, that was a return to the the continuing story, massive
grand epic
space opera, right?
Yeah, I remember as a kid, kind of not so much Speed Racer, but Astro Boy was my gateway into like Japanese animation. But I didn't have a clue. All I knew is that it just looked better than everything else that was on during Saturday morning cartoons. I was like, why does this look so much better? Like, what is up with this? Yeah. And where I grew up, we had peasant television. So if get the rabbit ears just right, you'd get 2 channels.
Right.
Yeah. And being up in Canada, it's you either get the CBC or the other channel. And every now and then I would go over to my cousin's place and he'd have cable, and if we would go over at the right time early enough, I'd be able to catch episodes of Robotech. And I'd just be like, what is this? Like, and I never was able to watch it episodically. So anytime that I did catch it, it would be like the last 10 minutes of it. And I wouldn't know what the hell's going on. And they're like,
the stakes are so high. What's going on?
Yeah. And I got no clue. And there was no way I was ever going to catch up, unfortunately. But I did notice the difference in the quality, the difference, like there was an actual story going on. It wasn't just like a monster of the week kind of a thing.
Exactly.
It wasn't the Snorks and Smurfs,
It wasn't like guys jumping out of the helicopter at the last second before getting hit by a missile.
Yeah,
like in G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
people would die.
Yeah. Was it Roy and was it the first 9 episodes?
Yeah, I think it was 17. Episode 17.
Yeah. It's so devastating too. You're just like, what? He's dead.
Yeah.
And then I ended up rewatching it with a buddy of mine. He ended up getting the entire box set when they first released it, and I was like, man, I haven't seen any of this since I was a kid. And he's like, oh, let's watch it. And then as we're watching, I was like, why do I not like this Minmay character?
Yeah, she was annoying as hell.
Yeah,
she grew on me.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like
because she evolved too. That's fine.
That's it. Like as much as you didn't like her, it got to a point where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, she's just doing her own thing. And finally, Rick got his shit together. Took a while though.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. So that's what inspired me to create this Nephilim Squadron, which was under a different name. And and to continue the origin, this was conceived around 30 years ago, I guess, when I was a late teenager, around 18 years old.
Nice.
And I created it with the mindset of being like a 12 chapter mega series in like how Marvel is doing Secret Wars and DC with the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I love those huge maxi series, and in the anticipation of waiting for the next issue, then each month. But I won't be doing that for this because it's crowdfunding, and you have to compile everything. So I've been working on this story on and off for the past 30 years. It's not like I've been working on it constantly.
Yeah,
been doing a lot of other things in between.
Yeah, but it's something that you've always come back to.
Yeah, and this is the second, or I guess second and a half version of it. A total remake, and there is another version of the first chapter that I made, and completed and colored and lettered and everything. But it wasn't what I envisioned really, so I shelved it, and it's on a website of mine somewhere,
tucked away in the back, and
yes, hidden behind a Flash site. So good luck trying to find it.
Oh yeah. No, I think that we've all at some point have been at that point where we took our creation, we stepped forward, we got to a certain point in the story, and no, not quite the mark I was looking for. Like I did that with same thing with Caius for years, just kept the ball rolling, and I was like, it's not turning over that final gear, like to start steamrolling. But then when you, as you well know, when you find that thing that does click, oh, there it is, cool. Now we can continue.
Yeah. See, the first version was, I was kind of going for a cross between anime and Mobius sort of feel.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it was okay, but I felt that at the time it wasn't good enough, and then I don't know, maybe. Now it's like 15 years later, and I think I'm a much better artist. and even though some of my work, I'm like, this is still not good enough. I can't keep procrastinating about this, and so this is it. I'm putting it out as is, and as the volumes are released, I'm sure my artwork will improve with them.
Oh yeah, well that's the other thing too, is once you do put it out there and you are doing it and you're consistently on the ball with your project, you will just get better. Like that's the thing with it, is where you start and where you will be. Like we've all seen every artist that's in comic books go from their origins to where they hit their zenith, and it's just like, oh man, that came a long way in a short period of time.
Yeah. So now, instead of like trying to ape Mobius or Ikegami, I love Ryoichi Ikegami, the writer. I mean, the artist of Crying Freeman, manga called Crying Freeman.
Yep.
And I think he does some other stuff. I'm pretty sure. But instead of doing that, I with this iteration, I'm just focusing on by getting the anatomy, perspective, line weight, the basics, getting that right, and motion, and whatever it turns out to be, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, man.
It's just my style. So, and I guess I am still influenced a bit by manga.
Oh yeah,
I can't help that coming out.
Nah, man, it's like there's something about it that I really like. The storytelling I like about it, the way and the feel that the story comes across is so much more different than a Western book. Not knocking Western books, because like I grew up on that stuff and I love it, but now Western books, to me at least, it feels like I'm now observing events through a screen, and I'm no longer participating in what's going on, as where manga puts me right there with the characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I think it was Kurt Busiek. He was the one that was responsible for getting rid of narration and thought bubbles in the early 2000s. And to me, that was kind of like a big tripping point for comic books, because that really forces you away from the characters and away from the medium.
It makes it like, it's just you're reading a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that's where they were trying to go with it. They were trying to make it more cinematic, but they pulled away from what makes comic books a comic book. You know.
Yeah.
Not saying that you need narration of like, meanwhile at the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, you can work in some narration here and there.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's a godsend. Yeah, it's a godsend when you're like, oh man, how am I going to get to over here? Oh, I'll just write that. It's done. Yeah.
I'm going with the omniscient narrator.
Yeah.
Detached. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, with this Nephilim Squadron also, it's I'm also influenced by more indie artists, because when I was starting at the peak of my comic book collecting period, I was really into the indies. Like sorry, my dog is going crazy. Like Comico and Dark Horse, and Matt Wagner was one of my biggest influences, and
Wagner.
Loved his writing.
What did he do again? I can't remember.
Grendel and Mage,
okay, yeah.
And he does a lot of stuff for DC. The Shadow recently, and
is that your dog barking?
So biting the squeaky toy.
Oh, okay. I was just like, man, that is one squeaky bark.
Now she picks the time to play.
So it's always the way.
Oh yeah, and so I think in my character designs you can see a little Matt Wagner in there too, in as well as the manga, and also with this story, it's also influenced a bit by the satirical wit of Howard Chaykin, the controversial Howard Chaykin.
Yeah.
But,
I've listened to a couple of really good interviews with him where he's taking the piss out of everybody. Like,
I mean, hey, I love his work. I really don't pay attention to what he says, and I know what he's like because at an early age I went to a convention out here in LA called the Creation Convention. I don't even know if it exists anymore, but it was so long ago. And Chaykin was on a panel, and me and my buddy went and sat in on it, and he was just like berating, everyone, fans, other creators, and
it sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like shocked and kind of refreshed. I mean, like, wow, I can't believe this guy's like going off like this. And
yeah, he's even at the age that he is, he'll still tell it like how he sees it, whether you like it or not. Like.
But keep in mind, I am not him. I love the American flag, and I got a little bit of that spirit going on in Nephilim Squadron as well.
Yeah, let's go through it here. Do you have a trailer at all, or?
Yeah, that's another thing. No trailer. This is will be a testament to how well I can sell this thing just based on me. Yeah, but actually, the campaign is kind of a smaller scale in scope, a pre-campaign, if you will, for what's coming in the summer, which is a bigger campaign for Nephilim Squadron. Nice. And this one is just a preview of the world with the chapter 1, and I'm including some artwork from a different IP that I created for a mobile game. But to focus on Nephilim Squadron first. I can tell you a little bit about the story. The quick pitch would be that it's a story of a clone pilot in the 28th century, in a war on a colonized planet, and the people who colonized the planet have built a civilization over generations, but they started a war with the native species that they discovered on the planet. And the thing was, there was never supposed to be any intelligent sentient life on this planet in order for humans to colonize it in the first place. And then we have entering a third party called the Sol Interstellar Forces, and they are a Star Trek Federation like organization, and they're sent in there to on this planet to to find out how and why this human civilization has started, this war with this rapidly evolving and strange looking species.
And I assume that strange species is these guys right here.
Yeah, the El Savali. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool design. I like the kind of like multi-tiered. I assume it's eyes.
No, they're not eyes. They serve as like means of communication and sensing.
Okay.
So they really don't. They don't see in the conventional sense, but they use it, to send out vibes and
okay.
They're they kind of open and close. So and I guess this will be again I use the word a testament to my writing skill as to how I'm going to show them emoting, and it's since they don't have like conventional faces, you might be thinking, well, how are we going to know what they're feeling or what they're trying to convey? And yeah, it's going to be a combination of expressions and my writing. Hey, everyone's a writer, but
exactly.
It's as to whether a person is a good writer or not. That's determined by the reader, I would say.
Yeah, you can plop down whatever you want, but if nobody's enjoying it,
the reader will be the ultimate judge.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely tricky when you design characters and you're like, oh crap, how am I going to make these emote? Like with my comic Caius, I chose like animals, and like one of the animals is a rattlesnake. I'm like, oh man, like how am I going to make a rattlesnake emote?
Oh, and a rooster with that eye,
yeah, the big bulgy eyes, and So yeah, it's definitely interesting when you back yourself into a corner and then realize like, all right, I gotta figure my way out of this.
But it's fun. Love a good challenge.
Oh yeah, and so these are the main characters of the people that show up onto the planet, I assume. Yeah,
those are the pilots in the Soul Interstellar Forces, and they are like. Imagine like America going to Vietnam. See, that's how long ago I thought of this. I was thought of it as an analog to the Vietnam quagmire.
Yeah. Definitely a child of the 80s.
Yeah. So, and more importantly about the story is that it's also, in addition to it being a big space opera, inspired by anime and manga, on a meta level, it's also an ancient mythological tale retold 700 years in the future.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too because of the whole Nephilim aspect. Yeah.
That's right. Yes, my Ewok is right here.
Yeah, it's super cute. What's your dog's name?
Maisie.
Maisie. Oh, hi, Maisie. It's like, where's my name coming from? Obviously, that's her spot.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. She has to be the center of attention all the time.
They always do. Yeah, I got my cat sleeping right now. Thank goodness. Otherwise, you'd see like nothing but cat butthole across the monitor.
Oh, man. Yeah, so the name Nephilim is, you may be clued in as to, that I might be really interested in mythology. But as far as the story goes, Nephilim is more allegorical to what the characters go through, and because the Nephilim is commonly referred to also as fallen angels, and these characters, they start off as at the height of their popularity, and then things occur in the second chapter that cause them to fall from popularity, and then things fall apart amongst them, and but through the course of the saga, that they rise from their tribulations and trials and to become better people. And I kind of incorporated that in the logo, the Nephilim Squadron logo, which is like you can see it one way as an angel upside down. If you go all the way to the top, back to the first image, see that logo there. It's got like at the bottom, there's like the yellow halo, and then the arms stretching out, and the black wings, like it's falling.
Okay. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
And then if you look at it another way, it looks like a phoenix rising.
Okay.
Like the top part, the red part, right? And then the wings. So it's there. That was an unintentional gestalt effect I created there when I made that logo.
Nice.
I didn't mean for the phoenix part, but in that sense, that's what the Nephilim represents in this story. But on the macro level, that imagine like the story of the flood, or Gilgamesh, or something else, or like some Indian mythology or something like that. Something we are all familiar with, that originates thousands of years ago. And imagine that those events taking place again in the 28th century, but on a different planet.
Yeah, on a different scale, literally different actors and agents involved with this.
Well, they'll be the same, but
they'll be the same, but
the same actors to be revealed in the fourth and final volume.
Nice. So I assume that there's going to be a lot of like callback to ancient theology aspects of different religions. And
so, that wasn't necessary. There's no one around.
Yeah, everything's trying to get us.
Again, she wants to be the center of attention. Say again, were you?
I was saying, I assume that there's going to be callbacks to like the ancient theology, ancient religions, and stuff like that, as the times and events of yore that might be taking place again.
Yeah. You'll see signs and symbols as you go along.
Nice.
And I'm toying with other signs and symbols, like for instance in Sif, the Soul Interstellar Forces, there's not only the Nephilim Squadron, there's also the Vimana Squadron.
Okay.
And the Lung Ta Squadron and the Quetzal Squadron.
Oh, cool.
All based on a different world mythological flying machines.
That's cool. So it's almost equated like that entire squadron, or that section, that group, they would come to places and they would almost like plop down in their own areas, do their own thing at different times. Right.
See, well, Nephilim is they are an air-to-air combat squadron. Vimana are their bombers. Lung Ta Squadron is primarily escort and transport, and the Quetzal Squadron is like multi-role, both fighter and bomber.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, 30 years of world building.
Yep. That's what'll do it. In your head, you're like, I know where everything is going. Let's do this.
Now's the time. Before I introduce more feature creep and things get out of control for
you
gotta I can't handle it.
You gotta rein it back in a little bit.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I really dig that concept. That's super dope.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It gets my mind going as to like the points in key points in humanity when they would have shown up and shifted cultures at that point in time. Or certain points in time when they showed up, like the Quetzal maybe like just extracted all those people. Like, why did this entire section of people just disappear off the face of the planet one day?
And like in India, the supposedly those Vimana vehicles bombed that one area, and it was like a nuclear strike. You know, the effects it was like a nuclear strike was there.
Yeah.
But nobody knows how that happened. You know, long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super, super cool stuff. Obviously, you have not only an interest in mythology, but in ancient history, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm no expert, but it's a you know it's an interest of mine.
Oh yeah. Have you heard of?
A man of many hobbies.
Oh yeah. Go Begli Tepe. Have you heard of that place at all?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, man. That I really dig whenever that stuff comes up and new information from that place gets leaked out, and everyone like flips out because they're like it goes against the normal narrative.
Yeah, I'd love to go there.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Scroll back down here.
Did you hear about the guy who got what was it? Where was it? He got during the pandemic. He got stuck in Peru, and I want to say Lake Titicaca, but no, it wasn't. It was it was one of those places. Yeah, but he had it all to himself throughout.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just like everything shut down, and he was like, "Well, I guess I'm here now. Might as well just do my thing." That's pretty wild.
Yeah. How many pictures can you take? And then you run out of film.
Yeah. And then battery dies, or
battery dies.
So we got our main heroes here.
Taru Kaufman, and Mecca, and Jason.
And then down below them, we got the villains.
Yeah, yes. The evil dictator, Seton Kokar, and his consigliere, Tenley, and bodyguard, Hayes.
And are they part of the squadron, or are they a separate faction?
These are the people who are the civilization on the planet. They were colonists, but they've been there like a couple of centuries. They started off as a colony, but this is at a point where the humans on this planet have formed their own civilization, after several generations. So they're kind of far removed from our solar system. I call it the home Earth system, or I've been changing around Earth home system or home Earth system.
So they're completely removed from the politicking of Earth and its realm,
or even its culture and religion. They have their own culture. It's kind of odd to the people from the Earth home system. So like you'll see like the difference in dress from the Soul Interstellar people, like. They're more modern and Star Trekky, whereas this culture is like more
of the land.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're people of explorers. They were born of explorers, and they're kind of rough and but everyone has all the same technology. Some of it's better than others, and you'll see a wide variety of technologies. And this is also a universe where nanotechnology is on the verge of being obsolete.
Oh, cool.
And what we have employed here is an advanced use of a molecular technology from a corporation called Molecutech. And what they do is they've like a lot of the communication technology or building technology that would be handled by nanites is done by a mysterious molecular psycho-spiritual method that's kind of really exotic, far future tech that I'm trying to get away from nanotechnology and the idea of cyberpunk, because this is 700 years in the future.
Yeah, it's far enough in the future where it basically looks magical.
Right, and yeah. And a lot of people have done this before too, but I'm just making it specific to this universe, and there are specific names for for the technology.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, like what almost every human in this universe uses a device called a FAMI, and that's short for floating autonomous molecular interface. And it's like installed in the base of your skull, and basically you'll have like this floating, like a servant, and a FAMI, or commonly referred to as a familiar, like a witch's familiar,
Okay.
And it can come in many different forms or shapes, animals or whatever you want, floating by your head, walking by your side, crazy shit. And then it can you can use it to conjure things up, like how in Star Trek they have the molecular reconstruction of food or whatever you need. It does that, but depending on how much and how the quality of what you make is dependent on how much money you have. So
Okay.
so yeah, it's kind of the basic sci-fi, but with a little twist I put on it, and it also, the FAMI also serves as a communication device, as well as like a molecular creation of materials. So and there, I didn't want to put it like 1,000 years in the future, because that would be maybe too exotic, and who knows, even 700, 1,000 years in the future, we may all be just like beams of light, and
like that episode of Futurama where the robots evolve so quickly that they just become their own separate thing and they just blink out.
yeah. So, but I just wanted to have like humanity is still human. So I didn't want to go that far in the future, and I didn't want to go too close, like 100 or 200 years, because I think that's the time when that's literally cyberpunk and nanotechnology would still be at its height.
Yeah, that's definitely a pool sticking distance. You still poke it, it's like right there.
Yeah, that would be science fiction as opposed to science fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, the evolution. Yeah, that's one thing I like about the whole that thing. Like science fantasy allows for more of the fantastic, that realm to interject with your storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but all that technology is just background stuff.
It's just stuff that's happened.
Yeah.
It is what it is. What, you don't have one of these things? What's wrong with you? Like,
yeah. For instance, Taru doesn't use one.
Okay.
He doesn't think he needs it. He's not only a clone, but he's what's called a Taquin, and not only a Taquin, but he's an Aryan Taquin. Oh boy,
getting spicy.
An Aryan, as in from Mars, like Aries.
Oh, okay.
But it'll be fun for people to say.
Yeah. Wait, what?
And Taquin is an ancient term for a clone that's created through an alchemical process, and that'll come into being more into the forefront as to why that process even exists in later volumes.
Cool, man. Just from the amount of world building that you've done, are you planning on doing any kind of like side books, or possibly something on a website where people can go to and delve into the mythology of your world a little bit more?
Well, no, I never thought of that, but well, actually the spin-off, I thought maybe I didn't think of that until a few months ago, because I saw a lot of other people doing it in crowdfunding, but there's like an origin story to one of the characters that would be fun to delve into in a side book, maybe an ashcan or something.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as a website, delving into like the TLDR, that's a great idea. I never thought of that, but I do have a website, nephilimsquadron.com, and it basically just has all the info you see here about the story. So it's the same stuff, really. But I could go deeper.
Yeah, that's
from my notes.
That because I was going to say you probably have stacks and stacks of notes somewhere that you're just piling up, and you're like, oh, there's an idea. You jot it down, and like, oh, this goes here with this stuff, and
yeah. I've been learning to use my notes app on the phone too.
Yep.
I mean, not learning, but like using it more often. You know.
Yep. Yeah, when the ideas hit, get them down. Like, don't go with the Stephen King approach where he's like, I don't write down any ideas.
Yeah, I remember it. No,
no, I'll forget it. And that's the thing too. Inspiration will strike in the weirdest places.
Oh yeah,
just be like, walking the dog, not paying attention, and then just like a lightning bolt, like, damn.
Yeah. For me, it's washing dishes.
Oh, okay.
Therapeutic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good one. What? Where else? I've heard lots of people like in the shower. They'll come up with really good ideas.
Oh yeah. Sure. For shower.
So we got the natives here. These are the
El Savali. Yeah. They're named after the region that they were discovered in. So they don't. I guess you won't hear them calling themselves anything, but the humans call them the El Savali because of the region they were that was discovered. And the humans also commonly, the slang term for them is shrooms, because they're kind of like walking, talking, walking. Yeah, you can hear them when they speak, but you it's like hearing someone's thoughts, right? Yeah. So
okay.
Their voices will emanate and audibly. Yeah. But it's coming from those
things,
gashes. Yes. Yeah. Gashes. So yeah, they're kind of like walking, talking mushrooms, but we really don't know what they are. And if we were to categorize them as animal, vegetable, or mineral, they would be animal. But yeah, they started off as in their original form centuries before this story takes place. They started off as like a coral on land.
Cool.
And then through some hinky-dinky hijinks, they started to evolve and rapidly into like these humanoid types.
Now, is the hijinks of their own doing, or is this the hijinks of other things coming into their world? Is that something that we'll find out later?
I'll say of humans.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got Joe Catapano popping in. Howdy again. The creature heads are great.
Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing? Yeah, this was a lot of fun to design these.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to go with something really bizarre.
Yeah, I like the tendril kind of hair, the dreadlocky, like whatever it is.
It has like the texture of a tough mushroom.
Okay.
And they can only be killed by removing or blowing up the heads. Like if you shoot them in the body, it doesn't. You'll take a chunk off, but it won't.
Yeah.
Put them down. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was gonna
like zombies.
Yeah, take out the head. And then you got the Authority here. I assume that these are the big wigs of the Soul Interstellar.
Yeah. There's Captain Frank Mercury. He's the captain of the Nephilim Squadron. And a very important character.
Is he your Roy Fokker stand-in?
Very inspired by Roy Fokker, yep. Just as Jason is inspired by
Rick Hunter.
Rick Hunter, yeah. And Tracy Doggett, she's the admiral, running the show militarily. And then Sigma Sullivan is she's got her own vessel along with traveling along with the Soul Interstellar Forces, but she represents Soul Interstellar Media, which is, and it's their job to transmit, everything is going on back to the home system, and she puts a spin on everything to, let people know at home that everything is okay, right? So, but it's all lies.
Kind of like the vibe in what is it, Starship Troopers, where they always have the propaganda playing.
Exactly, propaganda. That's the word I'm looking for.
There you go.
Yes.
So yeah, that's cool. So it's like on the next planet we have our Soul Interstellar doing what they do, and then have the the marching guys coming in
and pumping up the pilots to be like more popular than they are, and when they're actually a bunch of rough scallions.
Yeah. Oh, we got B Rose in the chat. Yo, B Rose, what's going on?
Yay. Hey, B Rose, how do you do?
And then we got the wild cards here.
Yeah, Marine Bloodfeather, Kyle Coker, and Zyke Howley. No, Zyke Howley is a silhouette right there. Well, I do have a design for him, but I kind of played a last minute audible, and I'm redesigning his head. So there was just something about it that wasn't right, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a rockin' mullet.
Sweet, not just a mullet, space mullet.
Yeah. So yeah, these are characters who. Yeah, Kyle is like right there in the beginning, and you'll see him in the story in the sequential pages near later when you scroll down later. And he's the son of the dictator, the son of the villain.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's got his own motivations, and these are characters that could go either way, right?
Hence the wild cards. You can't trust them, but they're key players at key points, and
exactly.
And they have their own agendas and motive operandi.
That's right.
And then we got your some of the black and whites down here.
Oh yeah. Mouse. Sorry, I'm trying to see the comments. Hey. I've added what if I got put 13 pages of the opening chapter here.
Oh, nice.
And as you can see that there's not much shading or cross hatching or whatever rendering, because I left these pages open to when they're going to be colored, they're going to have that cell shaded look like
nice.
You see in the characters above. But when for the printed version, I'm going to be going into Eclipse Studio and working in some shading to pop out the principal characters so they read better. But I guess you can probably see what I'm going for as a huge sweeping epic opening. We're coming into the planet and saying that it is indeed an alien planet.
Yep. Yeah, we got these wild looking characters and creatures up here.
Yep. That's just a little sample of the strange creatures you'll see on the planet.
Yeah. And
flora and fauna.
Yeah, that's the fun thing with doing this kind of stuff too, is like you just get to make up everything, like
yeah. I know, I love it. Yeah, let the imagination run wild.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Wait till you see some of the other stuff.
Yeah, that's the other kind of like double-edged sword of it too, is like if you create something that's super awesome, but it's like crazy detailed, and you're like, oh man, do I have to draw this in every panel?
Yeah, I'm trying to maintain a balance.
Yeah.
For instance, the story is the book is not going to be 32 pages of nothing but aerial dogfights. There will be some pacing.
You start getting into the later chapters of Bleach there, where it's just the characters standing against sky backgrounds. But yeah, I like your bug creature design here. That's dope.
Oh yeah, thanks, thank you. Those are the aerial bio creatures. They're kind of a combination of reptile and insect, native to the planet, and the El Savali use them as aerial vehicles.
Okay.
And the way they fly is not through wings or drift, but through they have these pustules that produce this chemical that gives them propulsion in the air.
Okay. So they can just basically create like this gas or something around them and like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was inspired, in fact, by this Discovery Channel special called Alien Planet.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, from, I don't know, over a decade ago.
Yeah, and they had like those big giant walkers. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that just exotic, bizarre stuff that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but for that planet, it would make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the bug creature, and he said different flight propulsion. I was thinking maybe it was something like a vibration harmonic kind of a thing that they do, like, but like I like the
it's chemical.
Yeah.
And then you have the El Savali guys. They're like using the ships as like a drop ship, and then dropping into this smaller city of the Barani civilization. Barani is the name of the nation on the planet. And so they're coming in the wreck shop and like kill some humans. And the alien you see in the foreground there.
This one here?
Ozer. He's featured up there in color. And he's got his own agenda too, and he doesn't always obey orders. So they're becoming more and more human, like,
Yeah. It's like you're picking their traits up. You do realize this, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So they go in there and they slaughter people in the city from the ground and the air, and then the Sith ship, the Von Mauer, comes in from subsonic speed and from a different part of the continent, and they have to like go all around the continent, stopping these incursions.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that the base of operation for the El Savali, I haven't shown this yet. You'll see it, in this chapter. But yeah, I want to show all these. I can't show everything. I'm already showing 13 pages right here.
Yeah. I know how it goes. There's just like, I want to show and tell, but yeah,
you'll see where they live, and what they've done is that they've created a barrier that keeps out all electromagnetic fields, power, whatever. So no ships, especially since in this future, not all the vehicles, or at least all the aerial vehicles, are powered by magnetism. There's not going to be any a combustible propulsion like we have today, because why would you 700 years from now? That's like saying in the 1300s, a futurist in the 1300s will be thinking we'll have flying ships all over the place.
We'll be like the birds.
Yeah. And they'll be powered by wooden fire,
Yeah.
So why would we think we would have like nuclear powered propulsion even 700 years from now? At the least it would be magnetic, and I explained the technology to a little bit. I'm trying not to do info dumps, but things will be explained by dialogue in the background and in like like commercial sort of things. Yeah,
like the blah 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 corporation has developed a new and then it'll just fade into the background as characters walk by, kind of a thing.
That sort of thing. Yeah. Integrated. Yes.
We got
Phoenix
Jam. Yeah, Phoenix Animation and Happy Jam Jam. I would like to talk to Alan about this, about his comic.
Yes.
Well, that's what we're doing right now.
Well, let's.
Yeah, man. Sounds like I said. It sounds like you got a wealth of a world of information that you're just like brimming, and you wanted to get out there.
Yeah. So I can just get it out of my head and move on. And I mean, I really like to work with other creators, and after this, or maybe once this campaign is done, and then I get on to settle into the bigger one. I like to collaborate more with other people. Maybe do a superhero book or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But oh yeah, so there we go. We have with the Nephilim Squadron entering the scene, and they're off to chase this swarm of the El Savali flyers and defending the city. Then we get into some aerial combat, and and originally for this campaign, the book was going to be an Ashcan, like 14 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So and then the 2 pages after this you see here is a double page spread, a spectacular double page spread, and I was going to end it there, but because of some people demanding it so much, I decided to make it a full size floppy comic and make it the full first chapter of the book.
Nice.
Yeah. and just so you know, it might be even longer than 32 pages.
Oh, dope, man.
Yeah, just to make it breathe a little more.
Very cool. Maybe bump it up to, was it like 42, 44, somewhere around there?
I'm thinking 36.
36?
Yeah.
Nice. And you got some of your stretch goals that you hit here. You got some Simon Pothier action.
Yeah. I got some my crowdfunding pals to do some artwork for me for the trading cards. And the trading cards are for the other IP, my video game, mobile game called Shield Net Sword, and totally separate from Nephilim Squadron, but attached to this campaign because I couldn't contain myself.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, let's just throw everything in there.
Yeah, it's good to have a little crossover and let some people know that you're more than doing one project,
Mm.
You got Passion for Drawing, Russ Leach.
Mm-hmm. Yes, all the heavy hitters. I got the big peoples.
Nice. That's awesome. You got those unlocked. Yeah. And your campaign is in...
Oh, I was just going to bring up the cards. I started laying some flat color on them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead while I start looking up.
I was going to say, is your project is in demand right now?
Yep.
That is awesome. So people can still hop on here and back the project.
Yes, please do. And shipping is very low in the U.S. I set the shipping low, and it's all the same for all tiers. So if you get the feature tier, it's the same as the lowest tier. So that's probably your best value. So you get the combo pack with the book, 9 prints, digitally painted scenes, and six trading cards. So the characters from Shield Net Sword, and 9 bookmarks, and all the trading cards from the stretch goals.
Nice.
Yeah.
For 40
and
bucks,
and if you do want a lower tier, I have add-ons at checkout for the digital version and the book.
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to accommodate all budgets here.
Nice. Yeah, you got the digital version there. 6 cards, 2 bookmarks. Comic and pinup, no frills.
Mm-hmm. Just the comic. None of the stretch goals items.
Let's see, 6 cards, 3 bookmarks with print. Nice.
Where is it? No. I should have prepared this. Well, I'm not at my usual command center, so I don't got these images online. I'm just trying to find them.
And original concept sketches. Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, yes, those are my 10 by 14 blue line sketches of the characters from Shield Net Sword. They're pretty big, 10 by 14 on Bristol paper, and you get all 9 of those for in that package with the featured tier included, and a commission of any character from pop culture of your choice.
Oh, nice. Very cool. That's super dope. And I think I saw you had these down below as well.
Oh, yeah, they're near the bottom there.
Oh, we got more of the trading cards. There we go. And art from the mobile game.
Yeah, that's one of the prints. Oh, yes. I can't find that. Jason Bascom did a great version of this character. That character right there, Siznik, the lizard man. Yeah, but I don't have it prepared. But hold on, let me share my screen here. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I started laying flats on the one of the characters there. That's Russ Leash's
Oh, nice.
Of Ramona.
Very cool.
Where's my cursor? Screens. Gotta lower this brightness. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, that's Sims.
Yeah.
Started on that. And that's Miriam Noah.
Oh, okay.
She does Bonds, the werewolf book, yeah. And Preston Acevedo. And Jay Krager.
Very cool. Yeah, those are dope.
Yeah. Good stuff, fun stuff.
Nice.
Oh, hey, Miriam. Showing off your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a value-added, jam-packed campaign full of awesome artwork, and hopefully you'll think it's a great story, the Nephilim Squadron. And those cards are works in progress. You can see that the paint's not quite done, not dry. You're not dry yet.
Yeah. Still a little wet, still a little tacky.
Yeah.
That digital oil, it takes a while.
But I'm going for like my closest attempt at aping Frazetta. So I'm trying to go for good quality here with these prints, and they're A5 size, like 5.5 or 5.8, 6 by 8 size, 6 by 8 inches.
Very cool, man.
And
I was gonna say with this project, how long you been working on this one for?
Oh, that the Shield Net sword. I first thought of it in my car during lunch while I was working at a mobile game company.
Oh yeah.
I was sitting there thinking, well, I've learned all this stuff been in the gaming industry for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
I knew at the time, our company was, or at least our studio was shutting down. And I was thinking, this happens a lot in this industry.
It does, man. I've seen many a company fold here in Vancouver. So,
I mean, if I could just come up with something, or if I could do something independently, and so I came up with what would be the simplest sort of game you could come up with? And I thought of rock, paper, scissors, and then something, put a sheen on that a little bit, make it into something else. Like I have an analog for rock, paper, scissors, a shield, a net, and a sword.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And then so I started just drawing characters. They were much different than what you see here. This was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And then so at first it was just like, sketches of characters and their functions. And then it wasn't until like 2018, I guess the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, when I started to go into full pre-production of like doing mock code and laying out trees and stuff like that. And then I started to refine the characters, and then do some stuff in Unity and create backgrounds, and started creating characters in Toon Boom Harmony. And did a few character animations, and imported them and saw that it was working. And then that's when I kind of got into the crowdfunding, following crowdfunding, and then the game kind of fell by the wayside. And then I started focusing on the comic again. and then by this time last year, I was doing these sketches as hero poses for character selection in the game. And then I thought, hey, while I'm doing this, maybe I could integrate these into a campaign for Nephilim Squadron. And so the artwork for the game became the focus at first, and then Nephilim Squadron was just a little add-on. And
then it flipped.
Right. So because people didn't care much about the game.
No, I dig the game dynamic of sword, shield, net. I really dig that. It's a nice little variation on it, and kind of getting like maybe like an old school Battle Beast vibe. How they used to have the wood, fire. Was it wood, fire, water, and they had the little rub thing on them, and that's how you would battle them. I don't know if you it was it was originally like a Transformers subsect in Japan, but when they brought it over here, they made it their own thing, and you would collect them. You would the old Transformers had like this rub seal on it, and then it would reveal Autobot Decepticon. But on these things, you would rub it, and it would reveal if it was wood, fire, or water, and that's how you would battle. So, because all the characters would look generally the same, but the only difference would be, what their symbol is, and you didn't know what it was until you, thermally heated it up, and it's like, I lost that one.
Wow.
Yeah, these look dope, man. Dig the way that you drew these.
Thank you. So then the game is on hold right now. But I still have to do some more character animation, some programming for the actual game part of the game.
Oh, that stuff's so quick and easy.
Yeah. Well, that's why I made this game as simple as I possibly could make it, because I'm not a professional coder. I worked as an animator and technical requirements in the gaming industry. Yeah, but I've learned a lot how to code. So I learned how to code.
You literally learned how to code. That's super funny.
Yeah, I just learned enough to know what I need to do.
Yeah. Well, that's whenever that you're in a job, it's good to learn a little bit of everything, because all that knowledge is just going to come back on itself for projects that you're going to do down the road. Like, you may not realize it, but you're like, oh man, that 20 minutes I spent with so-and-so was actually paying off 5 years down the road.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. I used to work in animation here in Vancouver for a couple companies, and my whole scene for getting in was just trying to learn as much storytelling as I could. And but my whole scene was like, let me get in here where they're actually doing the storytelling. I can learn that, and then I'll go do my comic book. But the people that I met along the way, they're just like, oh man, like that that person's got, they got the stank and like they got the goods, and so just try and pick their brain as much as I can. And, they don't even know that, they're like, yeah, I just do this. I'm like, no. You got some of that mojo going on, and let me try and siphon that some of you.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that they've got the touch,
Yeah.
You've got the touch.
You've got the power.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll stick to drawing, not singing.
I'm more of a stylist.
Yeah.
Vocal stylist.
Yeah. Sing on the down note. Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard the story of Johnny Cash when he went to go get singing lessons, and that's when he found out he was a vocal stylist.
Oh yeah, I never heard that.
Yeah, so he went to go get singing lessons from some lady, and she helped out all these people. And she's like, "All right, sing for me." And so he sings the way he assumed that he should sing. And then she's like, "No, that's not you. Sing it how you think you should sing it." And that's when he sang like Johnny Cash. He's like, "Yeah, you sing on the down. Everyone else goes high." When everyone else is going high, you go down. So if you listen to all of Johnny Cash's stuff, that's why he's always dropping his voice. Yeah, so he was literally told do the exact opposite of everybody.
Yeah, and if you get kicked in the nuts like Mo Big says, you can go up. You see Mo Big's comment?
Yeah. I thought Rochambeau's game where dude kicks the balls. Yeah. Let's play Rochambeau. I go first. You go second.
Rochambeau.
Oh man, I don't know if you had friends in high school that played the nut flicking game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the nut check.
Yep.
Checking.
Yep. Oh, how are your books? Oh yeah, they're heavy. Okay, and we whack.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's a delicate finesse that the ladies don't quite understand. That they tried to join in once in a while, and it's just like, no, you're hitting them wrong.
Yeah.
You literally don't have the touch. You don't have the power. Yeah. Yeah, those weird subtleties that only dudes know about. Yeah, man, project looks dope. I dig the amount of story development that you got going on with this. Like you said, you've been working on this for a long, long time. You have characters fleshed out. You have technology fleshed out. Worlds fleshed out.
Yeah, I just the campaign wasn't really fleshed out.
Well, that's the thing with this stuff too.
Now.
It's all the learning process. Like we're not professionals at this. We're all trying our best and learning as we go. And that's one awesome thing with the CG community that I've noticed is that everybody is out here willing to help you. Like,
oh yeah, yes. I've gotten tons of help.
Yeah, like there's always somebody willing to lend a hand. In any which way, which I've seen left, right, and center, and it's freaking awesome, man. Like I don't think I've seen any outside of the comics launch community. I don't think I've seen anything even remotely close to what CG has as far as like people reaching out, cross promotion, stuff like this. Like all the shows that are starting to pop up, like little like little guys like me that are just like, hey man, let me help get the word out where I can. You got your show going on now, which had a bunch of people in there, which is super dope. Everybody's having a great time there.
Yeah, it's a renaissance.
For your channel, are you just Hex Allen on YouTube, or do you have a
just Hex Allen? Yeah,
just Hex Allen. Okay. Because I tried to search it just before here.
Just one word. One word. Hex Allen.
Okay, that's where I went wrong. Yeah, it just came up with nothing but wrenches and like.
Yeah.
It's like Mythbusters. What is this? This just got gayer than Bancroft's blouse.
all this back patting and
yeah. Well, you got to do it every now and then.
Yeah.
I think I missed the streamer Bancroft had a blouse.
Yeah. Me too.
Don't know if
Was
I
he dressed
missed
like
it.
a pirate? Was it the Seinfeld episode?
Yeah, the puffy shirt. What is that? It's a puffy shirt.
Oh yeah. On my stream, I even I think Bancroft better watch out for his Bancroft bump, because Dean James was on, and he got a couple of humps, Hex Allen humps.
Oh,
for his
nice,
campaign.
nice. That's awesome.
Watch out, Bancroft.
That's super dope. Let's see. We're running just past the hour here.
Oh,
That flew by. Yeah, man, that flew by.
Yeah.
Anywhere and anything else you want to plug? Twitter, Instagram, any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Well, you fine folks can find me on Twitter at Hex_Allen. I think most of the people in the chat might be following me already, but for anyone watching later, Hex_Allen on Twitter, and Hex Allen Productions on Facebook. Hex Allen, one word. Hex Allen Comics Hex Allen is one word, space comics on YouTube. I'll be having more content thrown up there in the coming weeks. Other than that, you'll see me in the chats around other Comicsgate streams. Oh yeah, I'm on Minds, the brand new.
Nice.
Well, it's
Nice.
not new, but
Yeah, I like it over there. It's a much nicer feel. Like,
yeah, and snappy technology. I love it. Unlike Parlor, which welcome back, Parlor, but that they got to work on that tech.
Yeah. they missed their window, I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and MySpace. I'm on MySpace still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I'm 80 years old too.
Yeah. I'm Hex Allen.
It's all Melvin on MySpace.
Oh, okay. I'll look you up.
I'm not afraid to use my real name, because who cares?
Yeah, for me it was just like, oh, do you want people to know who you are? I'm just like, dude, I'm super easy to find all over the net. It's not hard, man. And also being a tattoo artist is like, yeah, people got to know who I am. So yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, actually, Hex Allen was just for my website. It was just to mean like I'm like an all-around creative tool. I'll fix it for you.
Okay.
But when I started the YouTube channel, people started calling me that. So I guess that's my name now. Which is fine.
Yep. Just run with it. Roll with it.
It's cooler than Melvin. Well, I guess Melvin would be like Garth Brooks, and Hex Allen is Chris Gaines.
Some deep cuts there.
Yeah, Melvin is Beyonce, and Hex Allen is Sasha Fierce. Oh yeah, so hey, people go back that book. Go back Nephilim Squadron Chapter 1. I recommend getting the combo pack, the featured tier, because the shipping is fantastically low, and the same as the lower tiers. And there's also the digital version. Yeah, you can get it at checkout in other tiers also. Yeah,
definitely go back this. Hex here definitely has a world that he wants to unleash on everybody.
Yes. Prepare to have your mind blown.
Yeah. And little last bit of cleanup for me here. Anybody who hasn't yet signed up to Caius, The Story of Blood and Stone, issue 1 and 2, feel free to hop over to the mailing list over there. And when you do, once we reach our first 100 people that have signed up, I'm going to be doing print giveaways. I got a ton of prints that I have. Get full screen here. Plop. I got a ton of these that I got ready to give away. And then every 50 people that sign up, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'll be doing 2 giveaways. One will be for every 50 people that sign up, and then another giveaway where that will be for everyone that has signed up. So your odds are kind of doubled up in that. Got tons and tons of stuff. And it's just going to be a random pack that'll be sent out. So you won't know what you're getting, but you'll be getting some goods. So, and I got tons and tons of stuff. So be sure to sign up for the mailing list. Caius, A Story of Blood and Stone, issue 1 and 2. And also, if you want to read the first 16 pages of Caius, let's see, I'll drop it in the link here. Let's drop this. Control V. And yeah, that link will take you to the Clip Studio site, and you can read the first 16 pages for free of issue 1. And that'll kind of give you a little bit of vibe of what the story, how the story starts. But where we get to in issue 2 is much, much different than where we start off. Caius is a long format story, so where we start and where we end up are going to be two very, very different places.
Oh gosh, that looks great.
Oh, thanks, man.
Sweet.
But that's going to wrap it up for me today. I'm going to be having on the Quaff Donkey Madness with his project Shotgun Samurai later on tonight at 7 p.m. So feel free to pop back on here, and we'll be promoting his project. Until then, that is it for me. Definitely go back Nephilim Squadron. Hexalon has a great project here that he wants to get into your hands.
Yeah. Do it, people. Do it.
Yeah.
Guarantee a fun ride.
Hell yeah, man. All right. That's going to wrap it up for me. I got things to do, places to be, babies to shake, and hands to kiss. There we go. Peace out, everybody.